Hey guys, it's been a few weeks since I've given an update on the Mustang Fastback project, so I thought it would be a good time to share where things stand with the build plan. I've been researching a bunch of different suspension options for the car, and I've pretty much decided to go with Detroit Speed suspension, consisting of their Aluma-Frame up front and their Quadrolink suspension in the rear. It's probably overkill in terms of performance and capabilities based on how I plan to use the car, but I'd rather go a little extra on these types of components that maximize the potential for performance and safety. Because I've decided to go with DSE, there are some constraints that I have to consider with wheel size. Because of the spindle configuration, an 18-inch wheel is going to be the safest bet. In this video, I'm going to review a couple of different wheels that I'm considering.
But first, let's take another look at the beautiful lines of a 1967 Mustang, because as soon as I start to tear into this car and do the metal repair, it's probably going to be a little while before she's back in a new fresh coat of paint.
So my original plan was to run a 17-inch wheel because I really like the proportions of that, and I've always thought that stepping up to an 18-inch wheel on a 67 Mustang brings the style from period correct to more of a pro touring look. I like that look, but it's just never been my preference. I really like the look of these cars when there's a little bit more tire and substance to it. Because of that, I've narrowed down my options to black wheels so that the wheel and tire, when they blend together a bit, that you don't get that rubber band look of a super short sidewall tire. So, option number one, American Racing VN 427s. I love these wheels, and what I do on this Mustang is get a set of these in satin black with a polished spinner and raised white letters on the tire. So this is a super iconic wheel that was designed to look period correct, just like the Shelby wheel back from 1967. Here's a mock-up of what this wheel would look like as a 17-inch wheel based on a render that I made from a buddy's really beautiful 67 Fastback. You see these wheels a lot on Eleanor clones, and while I really do like the idea of a wheel that's somewhat period correct, you do see them quite a bit. This wheel in an all black with a polished spinner and raised right letters makes me feel like it's very race inspired while still being a little bit understated. I really like that. The drawback to this wheel, like I mentioned, is you do see it quite a bit. It's probably the most popular American racing wheel for Mustangs. Still pretty cool. So I'm not really trying to build an Eleanor clone at all. In fact, I don't want to have anything really Shelby related on the car. So that's a constraint that I'm going to have to think about. This wheel looks great though. It's an absolute contender. Option number two, US Mag's Rambler wheel. Again, I would do this wheel in an all satin black with a polished spinner and raised white letters on the tires. It's a really similar design to the American Racing VN 427, but it's a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner, and it ticks all the right boxes for me. Its design still looks period correct with a little bit of modern flair to it. I'd even consider running this wheel with either a polished center cap and polished lugs or all black lugs and black center cap. The design of this wheel would really show a lot more of the disc brake compared to the VN 427 too, so I'd have to think about how the caliper color would look as well. An all-black car with black wheels, raised white letters, it would really highlight, say, a red 6-piston caliber. That's a cool look, but it might be a little bit less subtle than what I'm going for. I haven't decided on it yet. Still, this US Mags Rambler wheel, really strong option. Option number 3, the Forge Line Grudge wheel. This is a phenomenal looking wheel. It has a similar design to the Shelby wheel and the VN427 with some subtle differences that make it look slightly more modern. I would give this wheel the same treatment as what I'm mentioning with the other wheels. Satin black with polished spinner and raised white letters on the tires. These wheels are the most expensive on this short list of 3, but the quality is unmatched with Forge Line. I'll drop a link in the description so you can see some of the other Mustangs that are running this wheel, like the classic Recreations Villain and a few other really high-end builds. So there you have it. These are the wheels I'm considering running, given that I have to run an 18-inch wheel if I want to have a DSE suspension stuff with no issues. Let me know which of these options you think are the best, and if there's any other wheels out there that I should consider running, let me know. Drop a link in the comments. So I'm planning to run a 275 35 18 tire all the way around on all 4 corners, and I'd like to do it on a 9.5-inch wheel all the way around. The front wheels are going to have a back spacing of 5.75 inches, and I haven't determined the rear wheel back spacing yet, but I'd like to do something that's got a little bit more dish to the lip, so likely less of a backspace. So again, let me know what you think of my wheel choices. If there's something I haven't mentioned that I should consider, drop the link in the comments below. Let me know. Thanks for watching. See you next week.